Everything you're going through is preparing you for what you ask God for. The bigger the stuff you ask God for, the greater the requirements.
You gotta create that new norm. That has to be your lifestyle. You are the master of your own mind. Create that masterpiece. Be proud of yourself at the very end of it all.
I know you don't like taking care of your temple. You think it's the hardest thing to do in the world to commit. But there is somebody who's in the grave today, and if they had another opportunity to live, they would enthusiastically, with great confidence and courage and consistency.
A person has more than one gift, more than one talent, more than one pursuit. And if you've got a great job, that's good, but there's more in you than what you do and to explore. All of the possibilities and all the potential. Do everything. Do everything and do it scared. Because you're going to be scared every time you get out of your comfort zone. It is horrifying, but it is also titillating, and it is also inspiring.
Now, if you don't want nothing to happen to you, quit asking for stuff. You can simplify your life right now. Quit wanting something. But I got to tell you something, though. That's a hard life, man. You know, the Bible says, to whom much is given, much is required. But when you ain't got nothing, you know, where my rent coming from? That's every month you got to figure that out. How we gonna eat? How we gonna make these ends meet? Every month, that's hard. So I've been at every economic level there is. I've been stark raving poor, and I've been well off. It's way better to have money.
Your mind is already in this spastic mode. The spastic mode is, I have to get the hell out of here. It's your fight or flight, and usually it's flight. The 1 second decision is, what gets most of us is they get in this situation where, so the first step of trying to find more of that 40% to try to get to that 100% is you have to be in control of that very thought process. That thought process is, how can I stay here just a little bit longer? Because you're never gonna get to 100%.
Don't let nobody fool you. I don't know what somebody done told you about money, but I've had none for an extended period of time. I mean, none. Now, you got some problems with money that you can't imagine. When you get it, you gonna have. It ain't a week go by, I don't get 2 to 3 pieces of bad news. But you know what I do? I take all that bad news with the knowledge that God must have something else for me. I live my life in expectation. Therefore, guess what? He gives me what I expect. I expect a life of abundance. You think they take this show from under me? You think I'm finna crumble? Don't even worry about Steve Harvey. Don't you know he got something else for me? Something way bigger, something way better. These people make decisions, they think they crumbling me all the time. They've been making decisions about me for years out here. They can't do nothing with me. I keep showing up over and over and over and over. I'm from Welch, West Virginia. I grew up in the hood.
If you're constantly ringing that mental bell of get the hell out of here, you have to be able to stay in the fight longer. So how you do that is control that 1 second. And how we do that is we have to control our minds. Get control back. When our mind's starting to spaz out, find a way to not think about whatever your task may be. Your brain would say, this is stupid. What are you doing? This is crazy. So you have to be able to live in that moment. You cannot allow your mind to get away from you. You can't allow it to start thinking about the pain, the suffering. Worry about that. It is coming. And this isn't just about working. I'm not saying run 205 miles. I'm not saying go through hell with you. I am saying be your best. If your best is our computer person, whatever it is, be your best means you have to be in that moment.
It is also nerve-wracking, but you are never more alive than when you're outside of your normal you're. Your glands secrete different types of hormones when you're outside of your normal. Your brain starts spinning, your blood starts rushing, your adrenaline increases. Most of us are dying of boredom. There are people listening at me right now who drive home and circle the block 2 or 3 times before going in the house.
Do what you hate just to live a little longer. Find the positive, see the bigger picture. Guard your gratitude. The trial, the tribulation, the adversity, the giant is not your assassin. The giant is your opportunity. Are you going to complain in the face of conflict, or are you going to seize the opportunity? I don't care what it is that you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to accomplish, what you're trying to give, how you're trying to evolve, what you are looking to become. Everything rises and falls on your perspective.
I'm here and ain't nothing you can do about it. And you gotta sit here and listen to me for the next hour. And even though you don't like my hat, I love me. And even though you don't love my shoes, I love me. And even though you don't like my shorts, I love me so much that you gonna love me when I get up out this joint. And you gonna say I'm the best motivational speaker that ever lived. So number one, you gotta do me a favor. When you become a millionaire, you'll have $1 million. But the reason why you don't have $1 million is because you think like somebody in poverty. So if I told somebody I love dearly who said they needed more money. I said, for what? What would you do with it? You'd only spend it. You would only spend it pretending to be something that you're not. That's all you would do was spend it. So why would you're not going to ever make it because you're a slave to it. So when you're no longer a slave to money, that's when you start making money.
We're dying of routine, and we were made to be adventurous. We don't roar like the lion, we don't move like the jackal, we don't slither like the snake, or we don't bite like an viper. Our only weapon that's been given to us is our brain. Our brain is our weapon, and when your brain gets locked down to living within the confinements of other people's expectations,
stop complaining about the jealousy and the envy and the backbiting and the person that gave up on you and the person that wasn't present and the person that lied to you and the person that attempted to manipulate and control. I'm not weary, I'm wiser. I'm not toxic, I'm triumphant. I see this thing differently. This season that you've entered into did not come to break you. It came to build you into the man or woman God has destined you to be. Change your perspective.
There's a reason why they say, see the light at the end of the tunnel. If you don't see that light, you're gonna lose your mind.
You feel me? So once you become a millionaire, and you got to find out what that means. That don't mean you got money in the bank. That's not what a millionaire is. A millionaire has a way that they think. I want you to go look in a jar, and there's a jar that say money. I want you to see if you mastered your bank account. Keep looking at the money and say, I made the same thing I made last week. What does that mean? You didn't grow. If you make the same money next month, the month after, if your bank account is the same in June, don't fool yourself into thinking you're a good person. You didn't master it because you got the same amount of money in there. So it means you're not, whatever. You will never get fired when you master it. So do me a favor. When you put it in the jar, don't just look at the jar. Look at the jar and say, if I'm not doing good in this subject, then what does that mean? You feel me? What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live?
it starts to wither, it ceases to be. I had a therapist tell me one time, your body will do everything that it did. When it was a baby, the reason you can't do it as you get older is that you stop doing it. And so when I say don't drop the mic, I guess I'm kind of saying don't stop doing it. Keep moving into awkward positions. Because if you don't do that, your body will freeze to the level of its usage. That's true of the brain too, that's true of your innovation.